What's all this?
Robespierre. He's declared today a festival of the supreme being. A paean to the virtue of the nation and the citizens' duty toward it.
Why does that sound familiar?
As far as Templar doctrine goes, it's a loose interpretation.
We'll never get close to him in the middle of all this. We'd best retire and wait for a better opportunity.
Still thinking like an assassin. This time, I have the plan.
Oh? And what would that be?
Think like a Templar.
Amazing! Thought we were supposed to be rationalists, though.
What's he thinking?
Vive Robespierre!
Oh my,
Bravo!
that's lovely. Vive la liberté!
The supreme being ain't called for Robespierre. I'll eat my hat.
What is he thinking?
Ridiculous pomp and circumstance.
What now?
Robespierre is unassailable. He's got half the guard out in force. They'll never get within 10 yards of him.
Just what I said.
But he's not as popular as he was. The Purgers, the Supreme Being cult. If we can discredit him, he's finished.
A massive public spectacle is the perfect venue.
Exactly. Paint him as a dangerous lunatic and his power will evaporate like snow in April. But we'll need some convincing evidence.
I have an idea where to start. You coming?
Meet me after. I have my own arrangements to make.
Offered him a sight so worthy of his eyes. He had seen tyranny. Rage. At this moment, he sees an entire nation at war with all the oppressors of the human race. Then it arose in order to raise its thoughts and vows to the great being who gave it the mission to take these efforts and to execute them. Did not his immortal hand, by engraving the hearts of men because of justice and equality, right there the death sentence of tyrants? Did not his voice at the very beginning of power and free the republic, making liberty, good faith, and justice the order of the day for all centuries and for all people? He did not create things to devour the human species. Neither did he create to harness us like brute beasts to the carriages of kings. Give the world the example. Pride, perfidy, avarice, debauchery, and he created you to celebrate his power. He created men to judge and to love one another. To attain happiness through the power of death. The authors make sure they all know together in an immense way and happy. It is up to you to cleanse the air they have sullied and to restore the justice they have banished from it. Liberty and virtue issue together from the breast of the Supreme Being. One
d'être un agent dans les pleins
mortal hand by engraving in the hearts of men the code of justice and equality right there the death sentence of tyrants? Did not his book at the very beginning decree the Republic, making liberty, good faith, and justice the order of the day for all centuries and for all people? He did not create kings to devour the human species. Neither did he create Greece to baseness, pride, perfidy, avarice, debauchery, and falsehood to the world. He created the universe to celebrate his power. He created men to help and to love one another, to attain happiness. The author of nature brings all life together in an immense chain of love, happiness,
Lieutenant.
Let's see. Incriminating evidence. Incriminating evidence.
Monsieur, as you have been the savior of the Republic, I beg you now to be my brother's savior as well. Even now he languishes in prison, arrested by patriots more zealous in their heroism than careful in their methods. No warrant for André's arrest was ever issued, and yet he remains imprisoned in Saint-Lazare under suspicion. I pray you do not recall my brother's writings in the Journal de Paris, coming as they did from an intemperate poet's heart. Rather, I beg you, if my own humble skills have been even the smallest of aid to our glorious revolution, spare my brother. In his writings, I see the burgeoning of France's greatest poet, a light that will shine for all time. Yours, in patriotism, Marie-Joseph Chenier.
That's no help at all.
Celebrate his power. He created men to help and to love one another, to attain happiness with path of virtue.
Publiciste de la Révolution française. The day after Marat died. Hardly the sort of thing to topple a tyrant with. A letter.
Monsieur Robespierre, take care that you do not allow your personal ambitions to come before the great work. That which we do not for our own glory, but to remake the world into Malay's image. Jamais.
never has the world he created offered him a sight so worthy of his art. He had seen tyranny, pride, and
Maybe something a bit stronger.
at this moment, he sees an entire nation at war with all the oppressions of the human race. Suspend its heroic efforts in order to raise its thoughts and vows to the great being who gave it the mission to undertake these efforts and the strength to execute them. Seek not his immortal by engraving in the hearts of men the code of justice and equality, right there the death sentence of tyrants. Did not his work at the very beginning
Merlin, Tallien, Bourdon.
making liberty
These are all deputies of the National Convention.
order of the day for all centuries and for all people?
Lists of political figures written in the hand of a man fond of sending his rivals to the guillotine.
Did he create free?
Yes, these should do nicely.
Give the world the example of baseness, pride, perfidy, avarice, debauchery, and falsehood to the world. But he created the universe to celebrate his power. He created men to help and to love one another, and to attain happiness through the path of virtue. The author of nature links all mortals together in an immense chain of love and happiness. Perish the tyrants who have dared to break it. Friends, Republicans, it is up to you to cleanse the earth they have sullied and to restore the justice they have banished from it. Liberty and virtue issue together from the breast of the Supreme Being. One cannot reside among men without deity. Generous people, do not triumph over all your enemies. Practice justice and render to the Supreme Being the only form of worship worthy of him.
Well,
A list of names. 50 or so deputies of the National Convention, all written in Robespierre's hand and all opposed to him.
I imagine those good gentlemen would be quite interested to know they're on that list. First, Monsieur Robespierre brought his own refreshments. Strike the guards, I have an idea.
Distract the guards. Right.
Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism, they can no more tear the world from... Yes, armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism, they can no more tear... Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism.
Bloody!
Sacrilegious conspiracies. People fear no more.
Watch for the report. You won't escape me, citizen.
People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. That will be the place for all. They can no more tell us. People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies.
Monsieur Robespierre brought his own refreshments. Strike the guards, I have an idea.
Distract the guards. Right.
It is wisdom, above all, that our guilty enemies must drive from the Republic. We must be generous with the good compassionate toward the unfortunate, and inexorable. We must be compassionate. Must be generous, compassionate toward the unfortunate, and inexorable toward the good. We must be generous toward the good, compassionate toward the unfortunate, and inexorable.
No way you can hide, dead man! More speed, Doc! Need to catch up! Bloody Christ!
Anything depends upon diversity.
What's on the beach, won't ya?
Armed in turn, daggers of fanaticism. In turn, the daggers of fanaticism, poisons of atheism. They can no more tear the world from. Yes, armed in turn, the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism. They can no more tear the world from. Armed in turn, the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism. People fear no more their stuff. People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracy.
Powdered agate. Causes hallucinations. This will make him look mad. Now we have to make him look dangerous.
The list of names.
It must fall into the right hands, anonymously. If our involvement gets out, it'll tip Germain off.
Leave that part to me.
Are you cowering away from my friendly intervention?
Spirit of change has spewed forth over France. Let all the crowds and bills of the world disappear with him. Poison of atheism. Kings still conspire to assassinate humanity.
Robespierre knocks on about freedom and mercy, while thousands go to the guillotine.
In order to
Don't somewhere
implicate
like to see
him in
this
their
evil choke on
transgressions,
its own
they
grief.
endeavor to banish him from the earth. People feel no more their sacrilegious conspiracy. They can no more tear the world from the breast of its author than the remorse from their own heart. You are wretched. Hold up your woeful head. You can again raise your eyes to the sky with impunity. Heroes.
The conduct unbecoming. Me? Who the hell does Robespierre think he is? Jealous of your success, most like.
Of tyranny may be able to assassinate
What is it,
you,
sir?
but it is not in their power to annihilate you completely.
Down your eyes.
Man, whoever you are, you can again think well of yourself. You can attach your transitory life to God himself and to immortality. Gain all its magnificence and wisdom all its empire. The supreme being is not destroyed. Let nature gain all its magnificence and wisdom all its empire. The supreme being is not destroyed. Count on unalloyed prosperity. Triumph without obstacles, or on anything that depends on the fortune and diversity of the lot. Let us be generous toward those who are poor, compassionate toward the unfortunate, inexorable toward the wicked, just toward everyone.
Look at that strutting college. Cult of
That should
extreme
set things in motion.
Sky with impunity. People.
It is wisdom, above all, that our guilty enemies want to drive from the Republic. To wisdom alone does it belong to consolidate the prosperity of empire. It is for her.
Being a list of enemies of the revolution. 500 names here.
Robespierre's gone too far this time.
That's at the fox in the hen house.
Pity the hens. Now what?
We wait. It won't take long. Once Robespierre has lost the support of the people, he'll be no more use to Germain. And when Germain abandons him...
He's vulnerable. Let's go.
Allez, juste une pièce. Juste une petite pièce. Rien qu'un sou.